Calling your phone at any time. What's your mind? What's your mind? So tell someone to my now I'm
Thanks to everyone joining us. Welcome to the African Portal Radio TV. Yes, our guest is already in the studio. We're going live in a few minutes. Thank you that you are sharing this program. That you are stepping in, please share. Like, let it go over. It's going to be a beautiful time here in the studio. as we go to Uganda to go and get one of our very own, all the way from Uganda on this program tonight. Please watch, like, comment, etc. For those of you that would like to call us on +277033584. That is the number to call. Unfortunately, we have our guest in the studio, but we are unable to pick up her face. I'm not sure if she can hear me, but she's already in the studio. So let's just quickly check with her, see what is going on with her. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Yes, hello.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Ye- Yes, we can hear you, but we cannot see.
Oh,
We can hear you.
yes.
Your face is not showing on the platform. It's okay. We can pick your voice alone, but we are unable to see your face. Is it possible for you to allow your camera to show your face?
Okay, let me work on it. Camera.
We can hear you clearly, but we can't see your face. Thank you very much, everyone, joining us. It's a lovely time. We already connect before we get in. Everything was fine, but unfortunately, we just she stepped out and she joined. I mean, she changed where she is, but the network on her side is great, but we can't pick up her face. So please, if you are joining us, kindly help us. Join us, share this program, let it go viral. All the way from Uganda, we have one of the very own in the studio that is with us live on the African Portal Radio TV International. No matter where you are in Africa, we greet and we salute. In West Africa, we greet and we salute. In North Africa, we greet and we salute. We greet everyone, no matter where you are under the sun. We say well done and welcome to the African Portal. In South Africa, Dumela, Ashe, Moloi. In East Africa, Abisa, Absa, East Africa. We greet and we salute everyone in East Africa, in northern parts of Africa and the rest part of the world. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi babarakatuh. Welcome to the African Portal Radio TV International. It's coming to you raw from our side here in Pretoria, South Africa. If you're just stepping in, kindly share, like, comment. Your comment is very important to run this show. Please share, like, comment, let it go viral. We are in this together. Kindly share it, let it go viral. We would like to also hear from you as well. So please call us on +277033584 is the number to call. I'm still struggling to get my client face onto this podium, but we can hear our voice. Ma'am, if you can hear us, can I quickly allow you to introduce yourself to my listeners at home, who you are, where you are, and the position you hold in the society?
My name is Nakano Zanah. I'm from Uganda. Right now, I'm in Kampala. I am a poet and an author of 4 books. I'm a
Wow.
mother and I'm a wife. I'm a Muslim by religion, and I have a degree in economics.
Wow, wow, wow. Great, great to hear that. Oh, wow. We are having this great woman in the house. She's a author. She have authored about 4 books. Also, she is very good in is one of the anchors doing so well for herself. Before we go into the business of today, we are celebrating African Day and we are putting you on the spotlight to be part of the people that will celebrate the African Day with here in South Africa and the rest part of the African continent and the rest part of the world. A lot of people will be listening to us in the diaspora as well. Let me quickly allow you to do what you know how to do best as a poetry. Let me quickly allow you to step in with that. Quickly, give us one or two before we step into the show of tonight.
So, okay, you got me unaware, but it's okay. I'm going to recite for you a poem that okay, that is in my new book called "I Am a Woman, I'm Love." I am not so perfect like you. I have sinned before. Even today, I might sin. Tomorrow isn't assured to be holy. I have scars to tell my story, my history. 5 cars that are older than my soul. I have dreams that I forget about. I have pigments on my skin that show I have walked under the sun for miles. I'm not good like you at all. I have fears, doubts, insecurities, dreams that are older than the ridge mountains and goals that are never attended to. I'm not as peaceful as you are. I have wars, battles with my own demons. My heart has never agreed with my mind. Never. I fight with spirits from even the oceans I've never crossed. I disagree with my clone once or twice a day. I'm not as beautiful as you think. I have stretch marks in places you have never seen. My eyes are cloudy. My forehead was half made. My waistline and back aren't demarcated. So I look like I am a creation in progress, but I am a woman, beautiful at my pace, beautiful in my own way. That's the end of the poem.
Mm. Wow, wow, wow. Everyone joining us, is that not beautiful? Wow, this is so lovely. Even though it makes you unaware, but you give us one of the best that I am actually expecting from you. This proves that Africa, we are so talented. She's not practicing it. She met, I mean, it got to her unaware, but she still managed to deliver. Thank you very much, Zenat, for this beautiful points that you put in the place. Let me allow you to quickly tell people a bit about your background and the journey so far to where you are now.
About my background, like I told you, I'm a born of 1992 from Western Uganda. I've gone to schools in the villages, and then in my senior one, I got a chance to join a school in the city. Then from there, I went to Makerere University. The time, okay, I know most people want to know why I write and why I picked interest to write. So the time I moved to the
Mm,
city, I didn't know English, and it was a very big challenge for me. I didn't know English. I didn't know Luganda. Luganda is the language they use in central region. Since I'd grown up from Western, so it was very hard for me to connect with other kids that are in school. Now what I did is I used to try so hard to read books. I used to try so hard to find out what certain words mean in my local language when you put them in English. So slowly by slowly, I tried to come up with one or two write-ups. And then another way that I came into writing was I grew up as a lonely child. I really didn't have so many people on my
mm,
side to help me express myself, speak. I'm a woman, but I've grown up with men. I grew up with my father. Then when I moved to the city, I was staying with my brother, and my brother is a soldier, so most of the times he would be out of the city. I would stay in the house alone. So at most times, all I had to myself was a pen and a paper and what to read. So every time I felt sad, every time I felt lonely, the only way I could talk to anyone was through writing. Sometimes I would write for him letters, and when he returns, maybe after 8 months or 10 months, since he was a soldier, he would sit down and read them. That is how I used to communicate. I'm an old school girl. I have an old soul, so I lived with diaries. I used to note everything that happens in my daily life. If today I'm sad and I don't have anyone to speak about it with, then I put it in a diary. If tomorrow becomes a happy day, I put it in my diary. That is how I started writing. But the basic road to my writing was lonely life, and then coming to the city when I didn't know English. That was around 10, 12 years. I couldn't construct any sentence in English, and yet I had the desire to learn and associate with my fellow students.
Wow, wow.
Um,
I'm enjoying the story so far, and I'm enjoying the journey so far. But let me just quickly make it a bit quick. It's unfortunate that I don't know why we cannot see your face. A lot of people are requesting they want to see your face. Is it possible for
um,
you to see how we can be able to pick up your face? People want to see you. They can hear you, but they can't see you.
uh, I think I will have to join onto another phone again because I've moved to another place.
Okay.
Let me keep trying as we speak. By the time we end the conversation, I think able to have a video.
Okay. All right. Beautiful. You can continue.
Yes. So around when I was 14 years, I wrote my first book. It was called Flowage of the Heart. It was a story, and it was dedicated to my father. So when I wrote it, I took it to my literature teacher, and my literature teacher was not really impressed. The English teacher, he was not impressed. He told me my book is trash and he doesn't think anyone can read it. But
Hmm.
because I really wanted to be part of the writers, I loved Jackie Collins and Sarah Kay. Sarah Kay is a poet from Canada. Jackie Collins, I'm sure most of you people know her
Hmm.
rather. So I kept trying my best, and by the time I know it, I'd moved into poetry because it was easier for me to do poetry since it doesn't have so much of do's and don'ts. The language of
Hmm.
poetry is a bit easier, yes. So when I was bashed for writing a fake book, I wrote another book called The Touch of Emotions. The Touch of Emotions was typically a sad book. It was about uh, crying every day. You don't have a mother to speak to. Your father is far away in the village. The brother you live with is really like busy. So
Hmm.
it was all about that. When I wrote it, I called my HM headmaster. I showed him the book. Meanwhile, I used money for my pocket money to print out the book because my brother
Hmm.
used to give me the money, so the money was never a problem in my growing up. I could easily,
Hmm.
sneak around and do something. So when that book was out, my HM was very pleased and he was very happy. And he
Hmm.
promised to support me all the way. So I did a book launch at one of the biggest hotels in the city. And I had about 60 people and I got around 10 million. 10 million, that's around $5,000. And for a young girl
Wow.
at that time, it was really amazing and it was encouraging. Because I remember that headmaster at the time bought around 300 books,
Hmm.
supplied them in all his schools, and sent them to his friends. And then the friends around, are trying to pick up. Yes, Zena has written a poetry book. So that was really so encouraging. Then I got into another book, and okay, I wrote The Feelings. Now, that time I'd started as a teenage girl, I'd started falling in love. That period, 15,
Hmm.
16, you have a boy in the neighborhood, you
Hmm.
start writing about such things. So life was becoming more real than what I write about.
Hmm.
So I basically wrote about love. I bought about romance. Remember, the books I'm reading are mostly intimate books. I'm reading. That time I used to read Jackie Collins a lot. I used to read Jane Harry. So it was so much about love. So I found myself into a cage of romance. So I wrote a poetry book about romance. It was really too deep for a teenage girl, and trust me, most schools would take it because they were impressed with my work and they just wanted to support me. But now that I'm a bit grown, I look back and be like, no, this book was not good for a teenage girl, and it was not good for public consumption, especially in schools. Um, so I kept taking the same journey. Then I wrote Spit My Heart, no, Touch of Emotions. Okay. Then another one was The Naked Mind. Now I wrote The Naked Mind when I lost my father in 2017. Being raised by a father was that too much love that I had, and the comfort around him. So literally when he died, it felt like he had died with my world, and things had started changing. Fine, my brother is alive. He was still supporting me, but I needed the other part of my father that was always there for me, always talking to me. So I wrote that book. It was basically about ghosts, about death, about sadism. There was nothing really good to go home about. Then the latest book that I wrote in 2018 is called Spit My Heart. Spit My Heart is the best selling poetry book in Uganda, if not in East Africa. I sold over
Wow.
10,000 copies. I had so many shows.
Wow.
I had shows in Kigali, I had shows in Nairobi, I had shows in Canada, I had shows in Uganda. It is one of the biggest. Spit My Heart. Um, it was my first heartbreak is included. The first heartbreak and the first time. There are times when you have a boyfriend, but it's the boyfriend that loves you. You know that kind of thing. You have a partner, but it's a partner that loves you. So when that relationship ended very fast, there is another guy that came into my life, and I'm married to him apparently. And so life was different. This time it was me in love with him, not him in love with me. So the experience of the first relationship of being pampered, being loved, and then it is now my turn to love and pampering someone and trying to give assurances, trying to prove a point. All that drama is in Spit My Heart. There is less of death and less of sadism. It's basically happiness, it's heartbreak, things like it's real. That's actually what most writers tell me, that my book, Spit My Heart, is real. It speaks to the world. When you read the first and the second poem, you feel like you start relating your life into the book, and that's what makes it really interesting. And also, by the time I wrote Spit My Heart, remember, I've already had an experience. I've had feedback from people, and most of my friends were saying they do not understand the language of poetry. So what I did was I tried as hard as I could to tone it down, make my language simple, relatable, for people to enjoy my work. I think that's basically why it had to sell so much. Apparently, I have no copies, but I tell you, every day I get new orders. So, I have a new book that I'm probably thinking of launching in June, end of June. It is called I Am a Woman, I Am Love. To make a point clear, I'm not a feminist, but I tried to write life around a woman, how African society perceives the goals of a woman, how women try and fight so hard to fit in society, all those things, falling in love, falling out of love, having to fend for yourself, everything is included in I'm a Woman, I'm Love. And I'm thinking it's going to be the biggest book, biggest volume, because it has 227 poems,
Wow.
both short
Wow.
and long, in
Hmm.
English language, very simple and very relatable.
Okay, let me quickly engage you in the next few minutes before we call it a day. I wish I can see you face to face so that we can actually get the contact from physical appearance and some other information that people would like to get from your physical appearance. But still, we still don't have you in the studio, but we can hear your voice clearly, and that is what we need actually. If your voice is clear, that is one of the greatest things that I think is very, very important on this conversation. Let's quickly look
Uh,
at your books that you've published. I can hear you. You
Sorry,
want to say something? Yes.
I'm
Can
trying.
you hear me?
I'm trying to log in another phone so I can have the
Okay.
video and then we have the audio.
Okay.
Okay, so what were you asking?
Okay. All right. Okay, the question is, you do all this book, you publish them. I don't wanna go through those books so now because I'm still going to bring you back. But let's quickly go to the question of the day. What is Africa means to you? I like what you said during your explanation that your book focus more on women in Africa, their life, falling in love, falling out of love, and all those is happening all over the world and in Africa. What is Africa means to you?
Uh, can you now see me?
I can see you now. I see that you're stepping in into another from another phone, but let's just quickly give it a time before we connect to that. It's still loading. Okay.
Yes.
All right. We can see you now on the audio. So as long as the or should we just keep the two? One is speaking. Okay.
Please keep on. Just a few seconds. I sort this out.
All right. Okay. All right. You can continue now. All right, thank you everyone joining us. Unfortunately, we tried to get our face in, but the network there is not gonna be able to assist us, so we can hear our voice. Let's just continue with the conversation that we are talking about before the line went off. Okay, are you there?
Yes, please.
Okay, good. All right. The question is, what is Africa means to you?
To me, African means original. It means reality, and it means forever.
Hmm.
Uh, that is why you see, however much we try to copy the Western world, reality hits back at us and says, please sit down. You're an African, this is who you are. There is no way an African woman or an African man can try to escape that. That is why I'm saying, to me, African means original, it means rare, it means forever. It is something that it will never be duplicated.
Hmm. 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 It will never be duplicated. I like that definition. Through your journey, have you have any poem that you put together for Africa?
Yes, I have so many poems about Africans, about being an African. I have a poem about
Hmm.
a woman, women trying to how do you call it, bleach. I have
Hmm.
a poem about African society and women.
Hmm.
Actually, there is a this one. There is a poem I have that is very very short, but I think it's deep.
Hmm.
It says,
Wow.
"Society talks. Dear African woman, all a man wants is peace. Give him total peace and peaceful peace and a peace of mind." Then African woman responds, "So what gives a man peace and total peace?" Then African society says, "When he comes past midnight, be happy that he is back. Welcome him with a serene smile, serve him food and a meal for a night. When he is annoyed and unleashes anger on you, understand. Stand astride and do not strike. Be his peace. Streets blaze and burn their moods. When he loves another woman, reshatter your mind. Love him harder and more. African woman, improve yourself. You might be becoming less attractive. And when your man quarrels, African woman, quiet up. He is a man, supernatural, a god. Be a woman and let him be a man. Then African woman speaks back. So where do I get my peace from? What do I get in return? African society, shut up. He is a man and you're a woman. That is
Hmm.
a
Hmm.
brief poem about. Okay, it's conversational about African society and women. It gives
Wow.
you a deeper insight on what women are trained to be in Africa.
Wow, wow, wow. I really enjoy that. I really enjoy that. Let me quickly just quickly take you to the second aspect of this conversation, the question that I have before me. I like the definition you've give Africa, and I like it as you are backing it up with the poem that actually take us back to the reality. Because if you look at Africa today, the Western and the foreign ideology is taking our originality away from us. You see, some Africans, they don't proud of who they are anymore. And you can see the African youth. Let's talk about the dress and the music. You see that the music of the foreign music is taking African citizen away from the originality. And these are the things that we are trying to bring back on the African portal to concentrate the mind of African citizens back to the originality, back to the roots, and back to the who we are. Let's look at what is our main challenges towards achieving growth and goal.
Our main challenges so far, it is the way we are oriented when we are growing up. Right now, me as a woman, I was trained differently. I was told I must learn how to cook, I must clean the house, I must do this, I might do this. But I tell my child that my child is not even supposed to learn how to cook, but he is allowed to learn how to swim, how to, how to go to the cinemas. So we have skipped who we are for modernity, and we
Hmm.
think the other world is better than us. But what surprises me is when you go to Canada, I don't change my accent. I think as you hear me, my accent is so African and so Ugandan, and actually so Western Uganda. The first time I
Indeed.
performed there, the whites said we actually enjoyed her African accent. If I want to twist my accent now, you would think I'm white, because I have gotten those
Hmm.
things from the movies and all that. I know how to twist my tongue. But the originality
Hmm.
of Africa cannot allow me to completely be a white. Even when I speak, at least I will forget and speak one word in what? In my accent.
In your mother
So
tongue. Hmm.
yes, so the challenges we are having is we don't appreciate what we have. We have so
Hmm.
much desires for something that we cannot even achieve, and we fail to concentrate and improve what we already own.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Wow. I like that. I like that. Do you have any poem to back up what you just mentioned now?
Oh, I didn't know it was going to be so much of poetry. So let me
Because
see.
I actually personally do a lot of research about you, and I've seen what you have achieved so far. And remember, it's African Voice 2021 African Day. Arts, culture, heritage, levers for building the Africa we want. So it's all about the Africa we want, it's all about the future that we are looking to. It's all about what we want. So at the same time as we are having the conversation, to also demonstrate the originality of who we are and the talents that the Almighty gave to us to actually demonstrate or to portray to the people around the world. And this is a talk show, the Africa we want. And that is what is coming to you from the African Portal Radio TV International here in Pretoria, South Africa. If you are stepping to this show, please kindly share, like, comment, let it go viral. We're having a deep conversation with one of our very own. Zanah is with us in the studio that we are having the conversation together about our journey. But let me quickly take you back to the other side of the conversation. Let's quickly see the next question here before we call it a day. What are the biggest challenges Africa are facing, both internally and externally?
Uh, the biggest challenges that sorry, are you talking in relation to our culture, or you're talking in general?
In general,
In general,
both
in
culture,
general, in
both
general.
psychologically. Hmm.
The first thing that I hate about Africa is our education system.
Hmm.
Back when we were
The
in
education
school,
system.
yes, back when we were in school, we were never taught about the physical features that we have in Uganda. We were never taught about South Africa. Okay, even when they taught us about South Africa, it was, just some sort of an introduction. and then they stop there.
Hmm.
But you're going to find everyone that went to secondary knows about the Tennessee Valley, knows about the New York City. You know, they make us feel like Africa is not the best continent one can be in. No wonder everyone is
Hmm.
now running away from Africa, going to America, because in our teenage years, the time we were in school, the way they used to teach us about America, you know, they praise it, they tell us all the good things. When they talk about Africa, they're going to tell you about the jiggers, the famine, wars, and stuff like that. There was never nothing good to write about Africa. So, our education system, first of all, is the problem. And then the second one is
Hmm.
duplication of information. If you watch CNN,
Hmm.
see, you're going to find all the things they broadcast are positive things. But for us here in
Hmm.
Africa, it's the wrong things that actually trend. Um, if, for example, someone said they found you with having sex with a woman in the studio, that is going to trend in South Africa for more than a week. But if
It's
you
true.
did something positive, if you did something positive, maybe you helped someone live, you fed a person, that is not going to make news in Africa. But you find those guys, they know how to package. They package their citizens, they train their children to love their country, to believe in what they are. Recently, I was speaking to one of the ambassadors about how do you call it? About the vaccination, COVID-19. So he
Hmm.
said he has to fly back to his country and get the vaccine. So I asked him, if we are all taking the same vaccine, then why do you have to first fly out? His answer was simple. He said, I'm a European. I
Hmm.
cannot trust Africans. I'm a European. I said, but
Hmm.
we actually getting the
But
vaccine
you are
from
living here in Africa. Hmm.
yes, and
Hmm. Hmm.
we are getting vaccine from Europe.
So now the African vaccine is not trusted, so it cannot lay down its life to actually take the risk to take the vaccine in Africa, because that means what they are bringing to Africa is not actually 100% okay. That's what simply means. And that is exactly what I mentioned yesterday. You know, most of the time I cry for what is going on in Africa, because most of the African leaders actually make this continent to become a beggar, to become a dropping ground, whereby whatever that is no longer working well on their side, they send it down to Africa, and that is what they want Africa to settle for. Why do we need to be ordering a person from other part of the world when we have university in Africa? When we spend so much money on research, how come that African cannot manufacture their whole vaccine in
I
this
know, right?
age?
It is really
Because
frustrating.
it's saddening. It's saddening when we are still boasting that we have ordered billions of vaccine from so-called countries out there, but there is nothing, not even 1 million produced in Africa. You see, this is one of the things that I personally look at and say that there's still a lot to do, and that is why we are having this conversation. Know Africa, know yourself, and that we can also come together as African child, as African youth, as African elder, find permanent solution to the problem of Africa. We are not here to castigate anyone or to destroy anyone's image, but we are here to brainstorm on what is the way forward. What is the way forward? How can we come out of it, of this? Where are we going to see Africa in the next coming 20 years? How our children is going to see Africa in the next 20 years? What are they going to write about Africa in the next 20 years? Those are the questions that we actually asking ourselves, and that is why the African Portal, we put it upon ourselves to engage one of the great African citizens that is doing so well like you. Time is running very fast, and I don't have much time to continue with this conversation. But I believe that we are going to bring you back, that we're going to have more time whereby we sit down together, go through all your books. The new one that you say is coming, when it's out, I pray we will have a good network. I would like to do a book review with you on this channel, on this broadcast. The African Portal is home for all Africa. Broadcast it, tell people about it, let them come online. Let's do it together. Let's put our own voice there. Like what you mentioned earlier on, that they only tell the story of what is happening in Africa that is not good. They only say the story. I mean, they only tell the world what is not right in Africa. When they want to write about Africa, they only talk about things that is not working, things that is disappointing, things that is not acceptable. They've never tell any good story about Africa. And the African Portal now, we put it upon ourselves to tell our story, to showcase ourselves, to let people know about who we are, and to let people know about things that God have deposited in Africa. Zenet, before I let you step out, I would like you to quickly connect with us with a poem that we help everyone listening to me, and that we help the incoming generation as we are stepping out of this broadcast. Till next time that I will bring you back.
Okay, I'm going to give you a poem called An Apology to the Men and Women of My Clan.
Hmm.
Forgive me
Let's
if
hear
I've
it.
gone Forgive me if I have gone astray. But in this foreign land, things are not straight. The sun
Hmm.
does not sparkle like it does in the village. It comes with anger like it slept with hunger. The day swallows me up and spits me up with no explanation. Half deafened, I stroll in the streets, searching for the meaning of life. The streets are blanketed by uncertainties, but so bright with appetite to survive. Even if it means to eat someone's life, my clansmen, I want to make you proud. My clansmen. I no longer uphold the society norms that once binded us all together in thick lines of blood. By valorously, in my unseeming haste of great living, I have forgotten about the originality of my land. I am now surviving and I am existing. I am now on a contest to become a white woman. When I come to the village where my spirits can spell my name, do not say you have known me. I have changed my name from Zena to Z. It is kinda unique and somehow a sound of a white name. My clansmen, do not send me to the kitchen. That smoke provokes my eyes. My nails, I have painted them. My hair is long enough. It can burn. I am now half an African, half a white. You see, my skin is no longer as dark as it used to be. I am on a contest to be a white woman. When you meet me on the road, do not speak the language of our ancestors. I have forgotten every word. I now speak English. It is my language. And by the way, that is how you describe me as a class woman. I do not know how to cover my hips. That does not give me cheers on the streets. I dress and leave my thighs out, and my legs start to wave at whoever passes. I am approaching the world of a white woman. My clansmen and my clanswomen, forgive me if I have gone astray, but I want to be half white and half African. That's
Hmm.
that's the end of
Wow.
the poem.
Wow. That is beautiful. Thank you very much, Zinab, for the pleasure of your time. Nakawangi. Do I pronounce it well?
Nakanwaji.
Nakanwangi. Thank you very much for the pleasure of your time on this broadcast. I believe if I call on you again, you will love to be on this broadcast again.
I'll definitely love to be there, and this time I'll prepare enough so that you can see my face.
All right. By the grace of God, I'm going to bring you back next month, June. We're going to have a conversation about your first book, and we see, we take it bit by bit. But I'm going to take through. I mean, you say your new book is coming out next month, so we start with that, then we continue from there. Thank you very much for the pleasure of your time. This show is available on Facebook, also available on YouTube. It's available on all social media. I appreciate you and I say thank you very much for coming out to be part of this broadcast tonight. Keep shining, keep smiling, keep talking about it. Africa, we're great when we all do the right thing at the right time. I say thank you very much for coming out. This is the African Porter Radio TV International. For in case you would like to call us, for those of you that are listening to us or you will be watching this program later, call us on +277 870 33584. We're coming to you live from Victoria here in South Africa. My own name is Dare Oluson. Keep watching the African Porter. Keep talking about it. Now, do you have something you want to say before I let you go?
Uh, Maybe one day
Hmm.
I'll come to South Africa, and then we can have a very very lengthy conversation about Africa. Those
Beautiful.
who want to get
Definitely.
Yeah, those who want to get to
Yes.
me on Facebook, I use Ben as the poet. On Instagram, I use Bintu Ramadan, the poet.
Wow. Okay. For everyone that is listening to us, please support her. She's on Instagram, she's on WhatsApp, she's on Facebook. So anytime, or you can call the studio as well. We can link you up with her. Thank you very much once again for you coming out to be part of this show tonight. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Enjoy this music coming to you from Uganda. Dance to it, enjoy it as we're calling it, as we are saying good night from this side. We'll see you again soon. And God bless you. Thank you very
God
much and
bless you too.
enjoy the rest of your night. Bye for now.
You're welcome. Bye.
Thank you very much, everyone joining us. Thank you so much for the pleasure of your time on the African Portal Radio TV International. This will be the end to this broadcast. Enjoy this music coming to your way all the way from Uganda. Dance to it. See us on the other side. Another show is coming up soon from all the way from America. Our guests will join us soon on this broadcast. Please join it. It's going to be a lovely program as well. God bless you and bye for now.